Reflection on learning and assessment principle. The concept of learning and assessment principle are foundational in shaping effective educational practice. Principle is way, goals, procedure, guidelines, rules, and standards that used to achieve our thinking to be more purposeful or that use a guide for thinking to achieve big required and design goals. Learning principles emphasizes the importance of creating an interactive, inspirational, and enjoyable learning environment. For instance, fostering collaboration among students encourage teamwork and enhance understanding. As an educator, I recognize the necessity of being a role model and inspiring students through meaningful discussion, such as addressing the word issue like environmental concurrence. This approach not only change students but also make learning relevant to their lives. Assessment principles highlight the importance of structured evaluation strategies. They serve as guide for educators to reflect on the effectiveness of their teaching method by inferring diagnostic assessment, formative assessment, summative assessment. I can tailor my instruction to meet the diverse needs of my students. The structured approach ensures that the assessments are not merely evaluated but also formative, providing critical feedback throughout the learning process. Learning, planning, and implementation. Effective learning involves design comprehensive lesson plan that align with learning objective and assessment. I have learned that identifying student need at the outset help in creating personal learning experience. Their implementation is essential to adapt teaching strategies to accommodate varying level of students' understanding, ensuring that all learners progress. The first learning the various learning approaches, behaviorist, cognitivist, constructivist, and humanist, provides valuable framework for aging students. Each approach offers unique strategies that caters to different learning styles. As I reflect on this method, I recognize the significance of elements for each to create a more inclusive and effective learning environment. The principle of assessment are crucial for fostering an equitable and effective learning environment. They guide educators in designing assessment that it not only evaluate student performance but also enhance the overall learning experience. And the next fair and equitable assessment. The emphasis on conducting assessment in a equitable manner resonates with my belief in fairness in education by establishing clear achievement criteria and communicating this to students. Assessment in an equitable manner resonates with my belief in fairness in education by establishing clear achievement criteria and communicating this to students. Educators set transparent expectation. This clarity empowers students, enabling them to understand what is required for their success. Collaborating in assessment design ensures consistent and alignment with learning objectives, reinforcing the notion that assessments should reflect student actual learning and purposeful assessment. I appreciate the focus on the purpose of assessment, especially the importance of starting with the diagnostic assessment to gauge students' readiness. This provides the approach allow educators to tailor interaction to meet students' needs by clarifying this objective at the outset. Students are more likely to engage with the material purposefully. The next, feedback for growth. The principle of using assessment result as a feedback is particularly significant. I recognize that feedback is vital for both students and educators. It not only highlights areas for improvement but also informs teaching practice. Enjoying students in self-assessment and for assessment foster a culture of reflection, encourage them to take ownership of their learning. This process not only aids their development but also allows teachers to adjust their instructional strategies effectively. Importance of language proficiency. To focus on ensuring language proficiency through practical skill rather than rote memorize is a critical takeaway. As an educator, I strive to create opportunities for students to practice their listening, speaking, reading, and writing skill in authentic contexts, ensuring they can use English effectively beyond the classroom. Thank you.